My name is Stephanie. I'm 20 years old and I am a heart recipient.
When I was 7 years old, I received a liver transplant.
Hi, I'm Lori and I received a kidney transplant.
My name is Tom and I'm a heart recipient.
I'm Michael and I had a kidney transplant.
My name is Christina and I received a kidney.
They restored my life, they gave me my life back, they gave my family me.
Life-changing.
Spiritual.
Waiting for a heart to become available. As a mother and as a wife, I went through a whole different array because I knew that on the other side of this was going to be a wife or a mother or a sister saying goodbye to the person that they loved the most.
I always wondered about who my donor was. I knew it was a 10-year-old child, and when they told us that, my husband and I both broke down and cried in the hospital, and we were devastated that a 10-year-old child had died, and it affected this family, and what a horrible situation to have to deal with.
My name is Natalie, and I'm the proud donor mom of 10-year-old Austin Carter. My hero donated his heart, lungs, liver, both kidneys, pancreas, intestines, and both corneas. It was a Sunday afternoon, and Austin and his friends were riding four-wheelers and go-karts, and Austin got dirt in his eyes and lost control of his go-kart and slammed into a concrete pole. From the minute we got the notification of his accident, we knew things were very, very bad. And he was flown to St. Joseph's Hospital, and they did everything in their power to save him. And unfortunately, he had extensive brain damage and was not able to continue living, but was able to save 6 other lives and give vision to 2 strangers.
It was wonderful to learn about Austin. I wish it hadn't have been Austin. I can't pick and choose. I never thought when I was going to receive a kidney transplant that it would be from a child. And that kind of threw me. And I think it helps Natalie and Rhett that they know me and they look at me and we hug each other, and she says to me, whenever I hug you, I feel like I'm hugging a part of Austin. And Austin wanted to be a firefighter when he grew up, which was something different, kind of a surprise to me. And I said, well, now he is, because he goes with me on every fire call that I go on now. Within me, through me, he's become a firefighter, so it's pretty great.
Organ and tissue donation is the last kind thing a person can do in their life. When another person gets an organ for someone who has passed away, that person will always live on through the other person in anything that they do.
A renewal. A redemption.
It kind of reset my life.
It was magical.
My name is Julie, I'm 27 years old, and I received a liver transplant April 16th, 1995. I have written twice to the family to thank them, but I never received any correspondence back. And it bothered me for some time because I really had a strong desire to know who this person was. The only thing that I know is he was a 20-year-old male who's killed in a car accident. I think about him every single day, and I have a little talk with him every single day in a kind of a spiritual way, because you have this gorgeous life and these privileges, and you have this person that you're sort of doing it for. I feel a purpose to live for him. On my wedding day, just before I walked down, I was like, here we go. Like, who knew? It's a spiritual message, not knowing who he was. And you have this sort of like a thing, like a glow that, I don't know, it's very hard to describe.
Hi, my name is Nick. When I was 7 years old, I received a liver transplant. Well, we tried contacting the donor family a few times and we never heard back from them. But from what we know, the organ donor was about my age, and he was actually hit by a car while he was riding his bike one day. If I had ever met my organ donor beforehand, like I would just be speechless. I wouldn't really know what to say. It would be probably one of the best moments of my life though, just being able to see who saved my life. And it would just be an amazing moment.
I've sent a couple letters and I send stuff out at Christmas. And I let them know the effect they've had on my life and also my daughter's life, because she's also a heart transplant recipient. And I'm hoping one day they decide they do want to respond, but I can understand that they don't.
Everything happens for a very specific reason, and when one person passes away, it isn't, by them donating their organs, it has nothing to do with, oh, this person died so this person could live. It isn't that at all. It's simply that this person has passed on and this family chose to do one of the most generous, amazing things possible as their last gift of generosity for the person that they've lost. There sometimes just aren't words for.
Well, then they replace your damaged heart with basically a new engine. And I was sitting in bed and my wife Judy came over to me and I said to her, I can hear it.
Well, for me, when I went to sleep, all the windows in my house were dirty. And when I woke up and had a new kidney, it was like somebody had cleaned all the windows. I'm sorry. In 13 years, I've never cried about this.
The message that I would want my donor family to know is, thank you so much. You have no idea how much you've changed my life, how much I owe to you. And I am so very, very grateful and will always be.
I waited the 5 years in hopes that I would receive a kidney, but during that time I deteriorated on dialysis and I eventually did have to take a family member's kidney, even though I didn't really want to do that. Many family members and friends did want to donate for me. I was very blessed, very lucky. But the one who ended up donating the kidney was the one who really pushed everyone aside. He's my brother-in-law, but I've known him all my life, and he's been very much like a father to me.
My name is Renee, and I donated a kidney. I donated a kidney to a friend. They tell you you're going to feel run over by a truck, but you don't believe it because you go in feeling really healthy and then you wake up and you feel like you've been run over by a truck. 2 months later, I bought a kayak, and 3 months after that, I learned how to scuba dive, and it hasn't really affected my life at all, at least physically, because I'm able to do everything that I could do before the surgery, but emotionally, it's an amazing feeling.
I wanted to get into volunteering, which I've done quite a bit of with LifeLink since I was about 18. Somebody did one time share with me that they had lost a loved one and opted not to donate and that they regretted that. So given that, I would just say, to do something that you wouldn't regret. I think I'd feel the same way if I was not affected by transplant.
There are so many people that die every day waiting for an organ transplant, and there's so many people that refuse to donate because they have the fear that they're going to take their organs instead of trying to save their life, and that is such a fallacy.
When you go into the driver's license department to get your driver's license or to renew your driver's license, and they ask you, would you like to be an organ and tissue donor? I hope you close your eyes for a minute and you picture these stories and you realize that these were life-saving events, and being an organ and tissue donor changes lives. It not only changes lives, but it saves lives. And it's an amazing gift to give, and it's yours to do.
They're not going to take your organs because someone needs them and they think, oh, let's let this guy go. They do everything that they can possibly do to prove that you are 100% brain dead. The transplant surgeons have nothing to do with declaring a patient brain dead. It's your private physician, and then they call the transplant surgeons or LifeLink surgeons in, and then they come and they do their own test to ensure that you have brain death before they even consider you to be a transplant donor. They don't take your organs because they need this type of organ or that type of organ.